Okay, here we are for part 3, and another 12 necessities that frugal people don't buy. After the original entries in part 1 and part 2, we are really drilling down to making big savings on this new dirty dozen. Each one, if cut out of your budget, will not only save you money, but it will help you form good financial habits and force you to make less costly decisions. And if you can get through all 12, I have a bonus number 13 at the end. But this time it may be a step too far. Only the most frugal-minded people will be able to give it up. But if you do, it will save you hundreds of dollars. But first we start with number 1, and something that may be equally tough to give up. This one is a big one. Let's get into it. Number 1, night out drinks. Okay, so I've given up alcohol for a couple of years now and enjoy all the benefits of doing that. If you're building wealth or looking for a healthy lifestyle, I highly recommend it. I'll leave a link below in the video that I did detailing how I gave up and all the benefits I got from that. Suffice to say, the markup on alcohol at restaurants, clubs and other social places can be extortionate. Even if you do warm-up drinks at home before you go out, you can easily put away $200 or $300 on a night out. Just one night in Toronto with some visiting friends from the UK, I put away $650 on some drinks and a little bit of food at the end of the night. The problem is the very nature of alcohol. It loosens you up and impairs your judgment and your decision making. People can overspend on a night out very quickly. And once you've had a few drinks, that expense can be exaggerated by some food out and a taxi home. If it's just 1 or 2 occasional drinks, there's no harm. But more than that, the risk creeps up and frugal people will bow out. Take it from me, you can have a great night out with no alcohol. You should try it. You'll save a lot of money. Number 2, lottery tickets. Now, even if you're not frugal yet or working towards your financial freedom, lottery tickets are a complete waste of money. Now, the odds of winning the lottery change from country to country, but in most countries, it starts about 1,000,000 to 1 and goes up. It's a complete waste of time and effort, and it'll only serve to move your goals further away from you. And for those that argue it's only a weekly flutter, I challenge you to have a weekly flutter on the S&P 500 and do it for 10 years. And after 10 years, we can see the results. One's a dead cert, and the other one is dead money. Hard pass from me. Easy payment TV shopping. Now, growing up before we had cable, I used to love watching the TV shopping late at night. There was always something amazing they were selling, and with 3 easy payments, it could be mine. Now, I never bought anything, but today I recognise those 3 easy payments as extended credit. Now, the easy payments made the purchase feel attainable and the product feel a bit cheaper, but it simply ties you to a consumer purchase you wouldn't normally do because of the expense. TV shopping spreads out the expense over a few months or a year to make the purchase easy for you. It's there just to separate you from your money. It's not a necessity by any means. It's just extended credit and an indulgence. Online downloadable movies. I'm sure you've noticed the changes in recent years, how Hollywood and movie studios have come to grips with our changing appetite for movies. They are available for digital download in a matter of weeks after being at the local Cineplex, but at a cost. Just 3 weeks ago, the movie came out in the theatre, but now you can download it at home for $25 to $30. Now, the problem I've got, beyond the price of the rental, is that movie's likely going to be free on one of the platforms you already subscribe to. And even if you don't have the platform, that rental cost will likely go down to $5 or $6. Now, that may not seem like a lot, but if you're renting on average 1 movie a year, that's $400 you can save. Now, how does my frugal mind get around that? Well, that's triple my fee for Netflix for a whole year. It's simply not worth it. Number 5, impulse items. Now, these days when I go shopping, I go armed with a list and I stick to it. Sale or no sale, if it doesn't fit in my meal plan for the week or it's a rock bottom price, it's a hard pass. But I see people come in for 1 or 2 items and get ambushed by the glossy marketing or the sale ends. Now, you see these people at the cash register, overloaded in their arms with products or a trolley overflowing. How many kids do these people have? Impulse buying sneaks into your shopping habits and can cost you a significant amount of money every single month. Remember, stores have decades of consumer warfare experience on their side, and in the battle to separate you from your money, they know exactly what to do to win. Don't fall for it and don't give in to it. Make a list and stick to it. Unless you've got 12 kids, then knock yourself out. Number 6, supplements. Now, as a gym rat for many years, I have spent a fortune on protein powders and energy drinks. Now, these days I buy very little at all. I prefer to have a healthy, balanced diet and drink lots of water. And I think when I'm financially free and have a good income from my assets, I will still avoid buying these supplements and stick to a good wholesome food. As a 50-year-old, I don't believe my diet needs them, and I don't do any kind of competition or have an agenda. I work out as part of my healthy lifestyle, and I lift weights for fun. I'll have a carb-rich meal before my workout, and then afterwards have a nice balanced meal with proteins, healthy fats, and carbs. So if your workout plan requires supplements to hit your goals, factor that into your financial plan. Number 7, books. Now, practically everybody that's working towards their financial freedom and building wealth all do the same thing. They read books. A growth mindset and continued education goes hand in hand when you're striving towards personal and life goals. And reading books is a cornerstone for anybody. But these days we have so much information that's available online, like on YouTube. And beyond the changing media, people are busy these days, maybe too busy to read a book. So instead, people listen and watch videos. As an example, my commute time is about 10 to 12 hours a week. Now I'll dedicate at least half that time to growth material and education. And because of my busy lifestyle, I rarely buy books. I'll search for it online and get my experience audio. You can take it one step further, get a monthly subscription, and get them all for free. Number 8, single-use products. Now, during my research, these single-use products like paper towels and plastic cutlery seem to be a big focus on the frugal-minded. Now, I'm not sure how much money you're going to save by not buying paper towels, but being frugal-minded and based purely on principle, you shouldn't buy them. But the critical thinking and the change in mindset spurred on from these small changes will serve you well on your journey to frugality and frugal living. So I say embrace it, no matter how small the changes are. As we know with the compound effect, it builds up over time. Number 9, extended warranties. I'm going to be blunt here. Extended warranties, especially for expensive appliances, are a complete waste of time. Now, I've got several reasons for that judgment, least of all that the component that breaks down is not covered by the warranty, and sometimes the component can't even be found in your country. Long gone are the days that your expensive appliance was made in your country, or even your continent. And I'm sure you've noticed over the years, particularly with expensive items, they don't seem to be made to last. Extended warranties are just a cash grab and a false insecurity. When it matters, buy well and buy good quality. You may be tempted to buy the extended warranty just for peace of mind, but for me, it's a hard pass. Number 10, retail therapy. Shopping or retail therapy is your number one enemy if you're living a frugal lifestyle. It's instant gratification, it's complete indulgence. And the worst part, you do it when you're down, when you feel low, hence the therapy bit. When you break it down to its fundamental purpose, retail therapy works by giving you a credit card to go shopping to cheer yourself up and not worry about the consequences. It's a financial habit so poor you can write an entire book on just how bad it is. Frugal people don't give in to this. Rather, they cope with their stress in constructive and positive ways. Retail therapy is foolish. Find a better way to cheer yourself up. Number 11, specialist foods. Okay, disclaimer here. I buy free-range eggs from chickens that have access to outdoor pastures. I like the idea that chickens are not caged all their lives, and they lay me a better egg. However, apart from that little quirk, we don't buy any organic food or specialist food. Now, we do buy a lot of fruit and veg, and my logic is that I can buy a lot more of that if I don't spend extra on organic food. I personally don't believe there's a big enough difference once the produce has had a thorough wash. And after doing a bit of good old-fashioned Google research, even organic crops have a list of permitted pesticides they often use. So I save the money, which works out to be substantial feeding a family of 5. Instead, we focus on good wholesome meat, fruit and vegetables as the basis of our diet. But if specialist foods are important to you and your diet, factor that into your budget. Number 12, Costco membership. Now, I must be the only person in North America that doesn't have a Costco membership, judging by the lineups on a Saturday morning. So popular is Costco in my city, they're actually building another one on the other end of town. Now, my stubborn refusal to buy a membership is not just down to the money, although I am fundamentally against of paying to shop in the store. No, it's the temptation to spend and buy a bunch of stuff that I don't need. Now, I agree they have great pricing on a lot of items, but I'm convinced that the extra volume that people purchase doesn't always get used. Some of it goes to waste. Furthermore, the endless sales stickers and bulk buys encourage bigger trolley carts and much more spending than was planned for. By attempting to save, we're actually spending more and wasting more. It may not be the case for everybody, but for me and my frugal mindset, it's a polite pass. Bonus number 13, Christmas pajamas. Okay, here's the bonus one, and as usual, it's a bit controversial. Okay, before you call me Scrooge in the comments, let me give you my reasoning and see what you think. Now, the tradition of getting new pajamas for everybody on Christmas Eve seems to be very popular in our city and something we've certainly been doing for years. But in the past few Christmases, I've spent well over $300 on new pajamas, so I've changed tactics. They've just gotten too expensive, and the brand name ones have got too costly. So now I buy no-name brand ones, and I avoid the Christmas ones altogether. Generic ones are not only cheaper, but they can be used year-round, not just in the festive season. Now, if you're still struggling to stop spending on some of these items, then watch this video right here. I will explain the how and the why we overspend, and the strategies I use to stop it. And some of it was pretty shocking. I won't spoil it for you. I'll see you there.